This is Emma Folks,
Hey, good afternoon. This is Andrew Snorton.
and you're joining us for Timely Talk today.
Hey, hopefully everyone's having a great day and a great week, and we're looking forward to another great discussion this afternoon.
We have a new home, and we're really excited about it. We have better lighting.
Yeah, definitely. But thanks to the staff here for believing in what we're doing, and we're looking forward to continuing to do a quality product with. You see,
Yeah.
we've upgraded.
Shout out to Studio D. So today, we want to talk a little bit about what it takes to make kids more successful in the 21st century. And, what is it that you can do to help give your kids an edge? Because one of the things, as we look around the country, we look at this past election, there are a lot of people from a technology standpoint that have been left behind. And so they're very angry. Things in the world changed, and they didn't change with the world.
That's a good point. When you think about, especially the last 15, 20 years, the transition, you think about like your cell phone technology and how much you can do on your phone and how it's almost like such a critical component. The advent of tablets, and even when you think about even with media, the transition from your traditional print to it being online.
Right.
Definitely literacy, and we hear about it not only in regards to reading, but definitely in regards to use of technology. It's more than just being able to use social media.
Yeah.
You think about just business applications, being able to use a spreadsheet, being able to use something if you're creating a document.
Like Word,
PowerPoint, what have you, Publisher. You don't want to just do, hey, I put up a slide. You want to make sure that you're doing something that is as professional as possible, because that's showcasing your skill set.
Right.
And you never know, it's the classic, you never know who's out there paying attention to you.
Yeah, and we also need to look at, I'm one of those parents that was guilty, and I told my son, to stop playing video games. Right? Get off the video games, get off
Yeah.
the video games. And nowadays they actually have tournaments. EA Sports, there's a couple of tournaments that actually happen here in Atlanta, and the winning prize is $1 million.
Well, not only that, you have to have the people to design games. I think back to when I was a kid, and it was like Pong, and you had, it was like a little block and a little small box that represented the ball for tennis or football. And now you think about it, over Thanksgiving break when I visited a relative of mine, here he is playing Madden, but he's competing with somebody literally in another state. So
or on the other side of the world. So the reach is incredible nowadays. I wouldn't have imagined I would be able to play, because remember when you were at home, if you were playing Atari, this is old school, if you were playing your little video gaming system and you didn't have a friend that could come over because your mom couldn't have company in the house. Now you don't have to have company in the house to play a video game. You could connect with people all over the world, and it's pretty cool. But we do need people that can not only play the video games, as you were saying, but also design the video games. And that's where coding is so important.
Exactly, and not only just for gaming, but just for almost anything that people use. We were talking about earlier, if you use Adobe, let's say, the different publishing programs or whatnot, you have to have people that create these.
Right.
And do the updates and upgrading. Even with your phones, how you get a new app or your system updates, you have to have people that have an interest in math, science, problem solving, and then not only that, just thinking creatively. You think about people that grew up watching the Jetsons and how they were talking on the television monitors. Now you can FaceTime people and don't even think about it. So, like you said, you definitely need people that not only have those interests, but cultivate those interests. And if you think about the film Hidden Figures, what is that? That's interest in STEM. So a lot of these things that we're talking about are based on STEM.
Right.
So we definitely need to encourage those.
And we also need to have people look into 3D printing, which is something that's relatively new, but I think 3D printing is going to revolutionize manufacturing. It's going to revolutionize a whole lot of stuff in our world, and it's something that you should at least introduce to your kids, make sure they understand the concepts, and make sure you kind of understand the concepts as well. We're usually late adapters. We let our kids, figure it out first.
Goodness.
But I think this is one of those things where we definitely need to make sure that the kids understand what 3D printing is, how it works, just everything that goes along with it, because as they get into the workplace, I think it's going to be one of those things that it's going to become a
You
necessity.
made,
if
you
will.
made a very good point. It's about awareness. Does it mean you have to use all these things? Not necessarily, but being aware, having some type of understanding, that's going to be huge. So that way it's not as foreign of a concept or foreign of a conversation. So you think about, and another thing, you think about when you fly on an airplane, you know, you can, or even go to a sporting event, how you can just do an electronic ticket
Oh,
stand.
man, that's so awesome.
So again, I think, like you're saying, as we kind of pull this first part together, we have to encourage STEM technologies, because all this that we're talking about is grounded in STEM.
Yep.
And we've got to, like you said before, give people exposure, give them an opportunity to figure out what works for them, and then once that light bulb comes on, go ahead and give them that nudge and encouragement in that direction, because you never know that it could be the next great gamer, or even a better tablet than what we're working with now, or a better phone than what we're working with now.
Definitely, definitely. And we'll be back after these short messages.